Hey Kevin, how's it going?
It's going well.
Kevin Barry here with Gladrock. I just got a couple questions to ask you. So just how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, just arrived a few days ago.
We arrived on Monday. We trained at the Pullman Monday, as we always do when we get off the plane. We've been here at our private facility over here in Pakuranga Tuesday and Wednesday, and the boys have settled in really well. Been getting in some good cardio work in the gym at the Pullman, and doing some good stretch classes at night time. And the boys both look very good on pads the last 2 days.
That's good. It's good. Just got a couple of questions. Just first,
Yeah.
want to just congratulate you. Joseph Park and Izu have both risen up in the ranks in the WBO. So Joseph's at number 5 and Izu at number 15. Can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Like it's very, very rewarding for myself, but more for my fighters. Both guys train very, very hard. Both guys have had tremendous 2015s. Joe's defended his WBO titles many times now, so it was inevitable that eventually we would be in a position, to move into the top 5. For Izu, he's showed great development in the last 12 months. He's worked very, very hard. He's been very instrumental in being a big part of Joe's success in the ring. So for him to break into the rankings at 15, it makes me very happy for the team, and we are a team. Everything we do together, and I was very, very happy for Izu to break into the rankings.
That's one powerful stable you have, huh?
Yeah, and it's we've had a good year this year, and we've got some work to do in Hamilton on December 5, which I'm very confident that because both guys are in very good shape. 2016 is going to be a very special year for us. It's a year that we have some really exciting plans for Joe, and we have some very exciting plans for Izu. This year was always our goal to have Izu fight here in New Zealand. Next year, we're going to be campaigning him in Poland and throughout Europe.
Oh, okay.
In fact, we've just received a contract for Izu to be on Dancing with the Stars in Poland, which
awesome.
is going to be absolutely fabulous for his profile. And what we're planning on doing with him is building him into a star in his homeland of Poland, similar to what we've done with Joe here in New Zealand. Now, for 2016 for Joe, obviously we're at 11 with the WBC, we're at 10 or 12 with the BA and 5 with the BO. Very confident that the IBF are going to put him in their next rankings. We're going to continue to move up the rankings, and next year I think there's a very good chance we'll see Joe fighting or being very close to fighting for a mandatory position with one of the organisations.
That's splendid. Just turning your attention to the fight ahead of us, the Mountain, Daniel Martz.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be, one of the tallest opposition that Joseph has faced.
The tallest.
Yeah. Could you
6'7.5". He's a very tall guy, and at 24, he's a young guy who's he's in his prime. And the thing is, with this fight, we gave Daniel a lot of notice. He knew about the fight 3 weeks before we ever announced it. So he's had 2.5 months preparation for this fight. And during his training camp time, he had 4 weeks in camp in Russia with Alexander Povetkin, preparing Povetkin for the Wok fight. So we know that Martz is going to be in the best shape that he's been in his whole career, which I expect when guys fight Joe because of the firepower that he brings. Mm-hmm. So, but we know for sure that we're going to get the best Daniel Martz. And there's a lot, this is a really nice test for us because he is a very tall guy. It's going to be very important that Joe fights a very disciplined, a very strategic fight, and he follows the game plan for this fight.
Can you just run some of the advantages and disadvantages of fighting a taller fighter?
Well, for us, there's obviously it's only a disadvantage if you let him impose his will on you. Now, the fact that he's 6'7", very, very tall, he's going to have very long arms. And if Joe stands on the outside in range and lets Martz get his lead off, then it's going to be a difficult fight. It's going to be hard for Joe to close the distance and hit him. So, therefore, it's very important for us that we get our range early, that we fight off angles, and that Joseph is very fast and very explosive in this fight. We also think it's a very good fight for us, the fact that there's a lot of tall heavyweights at the top of the heavyweight division, and Joe showed me really good work in the gym, but I need to make sure that he follows that game plan to its T on fight night, and that's my challenge to him. We've got a very simple but a very accurate game plan for this fight. And Joe's been he's been executing it very well in the gym. I just need him now to execute it on December 5.
Just got to chop down that beanstalk, right?
We've got to chop him down.
Yeah. Just talking about Joseph, he's a household name here in New Zealand. Just wanted to get your perspective on his popularity overseas. I know there was some great opportunities that I bet would have been hard to turn down, fighting on the Canelo Cotto undercard or getting an opportunity to train with, Tyson Fury. Can you just talk about, how popular is he getting,
Well, those sort of offers come with results and hard work. And, even though the fact that, we've been doing all our fighting in New Zealand this year, there's a lot of people on all the TV networks, the HBOs, the Showtime, the ESPN, are all very aware. With with social media these days, whatever you do, if you're doing it well, it gets seen globally. And people are very aware who Joseph Parker is. They're very aware that he's 23 years of age. They're very aware that he is fast and he knocks guys out and he's in exciting fights. And the networks need people like this, and that's why we're getting those sort of offers now. And it's great. It's great for. It's great for us for marketing and promotion, and it's great that it's laying the ground work for us for when we eventually move to America and fight at some of the big stadiums over there.
And just my last question, just the fight that's happening in the weekend, Tyson Fury versus Vlad. What do you think of Tyson's pre-fight antics? He dressed up as Batman. He fought the Joker at the press conference today in the morning. He just sang "Wind Beneath My Arms." Wind beneath my wings. What do you think? Do you think it's having a detrimental effect at all or does it not affect him?
Yeah, well, a lot of people know that Klitschko is the consummate professional, and he's above all that. And he's had, don't forget, he's had Shannon Briggs abusing him for the last 2 years, so he's had plenty of practice. But I really believe that some of the things that Tyson Fury has done and said to him, they may have actually got inside his head, and he might be a little rattled by it. Tyson brings an undefeated record, and he really has no great names on his resume. But the guy can box. He won't be afraid, and he could give Klitschko some problems in this fight. I think Klitschko wins the fight, but I also think that Fury's definitely a live guy in this fight.
Thank you very much, Ken. No poking eyes out this time. Thank you very much for your time. It's an honor to speak to you as always. Thank you. Thank you.